thanks so much for kind of taking the time and meeting together in this amazingly huge closet that we're in here, right? But the reality of when we do closets is people think, oh, everybody has these big, huge closets. Well, you know what? Actually, no. Most people have closets that they wish were big and huge, but they aren't. And so one of the challenges, and I would tell anybody that it actually takes more thought process in many cases to do a closet that you wished was bigger than one that you were. So anyway, I was going to ask in here, today, obviously, you have a new closet, but if you go back, what prompted you to do this project at all? What was the thing that happened?
Well, everything, we had the wire shelving and posts and everything. And one day every single piece collapsed.
Not a good.
Everything, my clothes, the shelving, everything on the shelves, everything was on the floor. Within seconds.
Yes. Okay. And then after that happened, did you have a vision for what the new closet could or should be, or were you like, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do? What did you, obviously you knew you needed to produce something different, but did you have a vision for how maybe it could or should look? Let's say the new closet, because the old one wasn't happening. Right?
Not really. I was open to, ideas.
Okay.
And I didn't want my husband to have to try to figure that out because I thought it was best just to hire someone, and he did too.
he did too. Yeah.
I knew it was a difficult room.
Sure. And so what, for this particular closet, I know a little bit on my end, what made it, let's say, a little more challenging. What were some of the things that actually made this, let's say, challenging for you to use in the old one? What was, and I know there was wire here, but what made it harder to use?
I think to use the areas back in here were a little harder. Yeah, the way it was arranged. I didn't have drawers.
No drawers, right?
Just open shelves, and I think the shelves were different heights here, so that was a little more difficult.
Right. So, I think the spacing was, it was a little lower, as I'm remembering, for what you had before. So, okay. In looking at it now, if you look at it now, you think, what is it that is working better for you? And is there anything maybe also that you think, I might have done this a little different or that a little different? What's working better? What do you like? And
well, I like the division of the areas.
Okay.
And I love the drawers. That was new for me. And I like this area here. I had all of these hanging on the side because I couldn't put them any place they have to hang. So that gave me a space for my husband to put a little thing up there. So I just like the variety of spaces that I didn't have before.
Right. Is there anything inside the drawers you've done to make the inside of the drawers to live better?
Yes. Let me open it.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a look. That'd be great.
I bought some of these. Well, I had some of these, but things that were kind of hard to keep organized. I put in here, and I like this because I have all my charging stuff in here. This is everything on my charging. Right. We're hair people, so I have a lot of things.
Yes. Given your history in the hair business, the hair salon, that makes a lot of sense. Is there anything, Sherry, you think, I might have done this a little bit different, or have you? And it's okay to tell me that, and even though I designed it for you, it's okay. I can handle it.
I was going to say, if I had room, I might have put one more drawer in, but at the time I didn't know what I was going to put here.
Sure.
If I was going to need that space for longer things, but other than that, it's not a necessity. But that might be the only thing, maybe, to put a thin drawer in there.
Right. And one of the cool things, because the system's adjustable and you have these increment holes, if you decided, I want to put a small drawer here, that is absolutely doable.
It is.
Oh yeah, that's not a problem, because all we would do is we would look up in the 3D design. It's going to give me very specifically on this wall how wide this is. So, and we used, what I usually try to do is use standard sizes. That's to be a little more cost effective as possible.
Sure.
So, I'm sure this is just a standard size drawer, and then we can get different heights. So if we come in here, right, I've got my tape here, we can look at that. And if you said you wanted a small one, like, the jewelry trade drawers tend to be about 5-inch tall. these ones here are kind of a medium-sized drawer that are about 8. So you may say, hey, I want a jewelry tray drawer, or I want a 8-inch drawer. So yeah, that is something that you absolutely can do. Now, I know that we did a little bit of a fun design here, and I know we also matched that to kind of what you did with actually your unit out there to have again a little bit of bling, a little bit of fun.
Makes it a little fun, yes.
Right? And I know I don't know if Wayne would have chose this the same, but for you it works well.
Yeah, for me it works.
So anyway, anything else about the closet that you would tell people, or if a friend of yours was looking to do a closet, what you might recommend to them in thinking it through? Or would you say, hey, just call this guy and he'll figure it out for you?
Well, that would be my first choice. And I like the idea of having, I had shelves for shoes, but I had them in boxes, and you said, that was your idea. And I think that works well. And I mean, I still have boxes downstairs with things that I don't wear all the time, but I like that idea.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you can see them, and
I could get to them faster after I run downstairs.
Right. And the other thing is you can fit more pairs. The boxes are bigger and bulkier.
Exactly.
So you can see it. It's just more more available to you. So, and obviously the shelves can adjust them if you if the styles change.
And I did that for my boots. I moved them a little bit, and for summer stuff, I might change that. So.
Exactly. So excellent. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me about the project and working with me through the project. I remember, as you and I know, when I was here that first day, I was like, this would be a cool one to video, because, and I'm going to show Michelle some of the things that we did in here that made this work. Is a lot of times it's very small things, like, this shelf is 9 inches deep. Normally I would make them deeper, but because of the corner in there, if I made it too deep, it would be hard to reach things back there.
And that's what it was before.
Over here, I might have, maybe in some cases shelves, this is 12 inches. I could have made it 14 or 16, but the more we would have done that, the more this, if we looked at this opening to get in, would have made it even tighter. So a lot of cases in a closet, people don't realize we are trading off inches. And we need to be thoughtful of what are we specifically putting in a spot, and how do we make it all live well for you. So I'm glad it is living well for you, and you didn't have to wrestle me to the ground and get after me. That's good. But anyway, thank you for sharing everything.
You're welcome.